Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Syncwire portable tire inflator. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. On the back here it lists some features. This has 5 inflation modes for cars, motorcycles, bikes, balls, and custom. It has 4 air pressure units, PSI, bar, KPA, kilograms per centimeter squared, a large display. It has a 7800 milliamp hour battery. It says use a 12-volt car power supply when out of the battery for wired and wireless use anytime. Portable design and storage bag. Has an LED light with an SOS mode, and it has accessories for different inflation needs. So let's get this open. So here we have the storage pouch. Here's the manual, warranty policy. Let's take a quick look at the manual. So here are the specs. So DC input is 12 volts, USB output is 5 volts at 2 amps, charging input is 5 volts at 2 amps, charging time is 4.5 hours, max inflation is 150 PSI, inflation flow is 41 liters per minute. And here we have the packing list. These are the different parts. Here's the display. Here's how to use it. So to turn it on or off, you hold down the power button for 3 seconds. You do a single press in the power button to start or stop inflation. So with this circle button, you long press to switch units, you short press to switch the modes, it has plus or minus to change the pressure, and it has a button for the light. So this charges with USB Type-C. You can also charge it with the 12 volt in your car. This talks about using it. So you thread on the hose, turn it on, switch the units, switch the mode, set the pressure, and start inflating. It has a pressure holding function, and we have some notes. So let's pull this out. And here are the accessories. So it has a sticker on the front with some notes. Here it says avoid continuous use for over 7 to 10 minutes. Allow a 10-minute break before using again. So this isn't really meant for production use. This is meant for airing up bicycle tires or a flat tire in your car or topping off your tires in your car. You would never use this in a tire shop or something. So we have rubber feet on the bottom. We have vents. We have the specs. On the back we have the airline connector, the light, and DC 12 volt in. And here we have USB Type-C input. And then we have USB output, so you can use this as a power bank. Here we have the 12 volt cord, the air hose. We have inflation accessories. So we have a needle valve, some pin inflators, and we have a Schrader to Presta adapter. It also comes with these valve caps. I think they're aluminum. They're nice. It's a little added bonus. So it's important to have good valve caps because you can get dirt in your valves, which can hinder inflation. So if you're missing a valve cap, they've got you covered there. And here we have the USB-A to USB-C charge cable. So let's try charging this. So I'll plug the USB-C into the inflator, and I'll plug that into the charger. So we're currently charging at, looks like about 1.5 amps or so. It's jumping around. So the charge rate can change depending on the state of the charge of the inflator. Now it's around 1.7 amps. So that's a pretty good charge rate. So let me go over the functions here. So to turn it on, I'll hold down the power button. And I will peel this off so we have a better look at the screen. So if we press this button here, it's going to turn that flashlight on, and it has regular and SOS mode. Then we can hold down this button to change the units. So we're at PSI, bar, and then we can press it again to switch modes. So you can see here, depending on what we press, it's going to change the PSI. So that's just kind of a starting point. So at the car, we're at 36, so I have a car that takes 33. That's in the ballpark. Bicycles can have a huge range. I have some bikes that would be around 30 to 40, and others are 120. And you can easily change it. And actually that was motorcycle, and this is bicycle. So if we want to change this, we can press the button once, and it goes down 1/10 of a PSI, and if we hold this down, it will go faster. So you can see that sped up. So if I want 33, we have 33. Now to start it, I'll press the power, and it turns it on and off. So to do actual inflating, we'll attach the hose, and you can see there's a little O-ring on here, so we want to make sure that is in contact and compressed. There we go. So let's go ahead and inflate this pillow here. So I'll use this valve, I'll put it in the chuck, I'll clamp this down like so, and then I'll stick this in here, and I want to pinch it and make sure I press this past the little flap valve in there. About like that. Then on here, we'll switch the mode, custom, and on something like this, I don't really want to even use the auto shut off, but I'll turn this down anyway. So here we have 4 PSI, but that would probably rupture this. So let's do this. Oops, I let too much air out. Okay, so there we have that inflated. This is mostly for high pressure inflating, but you can inflate things like this and just manually turn it on and off when it's at the firmness level you want. So to deflate this, I can just take this and stick this in here and press the air out. So I'm going to get this charged up all the way, and then we'll test it out on a car and some other things. Okay, so here I have a football. So I'll take the needle valve that came with it, and I'll place it in the chuck, and I'll tighten that down. Now I'll place this in the football. I'll turn this on, and I'll change this to inflation. It says 8 PSI, and this says 7 to 9 PSI. So it's already at the right value, but I could change it if needed. So start this up. So you can see once it reached the set inflation, it stopped. So it really takes the guesswork out of inflating a ball. Okay, so I'm out here at this 2018 Honda CR-V, and the tires were recently rotated, so we need to check the air pressure. So if we open up the front door, there's a placard on the door jamb that shows the tire pressure. If we look here, the front is 33, the rear is 30, and the spare is 60. So I'm at the front tire, I have the Syncwire inflator, I'll turn it on. It's on the car mode, and it says 36, so I'll lower this down to 33. I'll put the chuck on the valve, and I'll start it. Okay, so when we hit 33 PSI, it shut off automatically. So I'll pull this off, and I want to do this quickly. So that's good to go. Now I want to say this is in the morning and the car has not been driven yet. That's the best time to check your tire pressure. So let's head to the rear tire. Okay, so this one's at 32.7, so this is supposed to be 30, so I'll deflate this one. So I'll just take the tip of the lever here. So it's hard to show the screen here. If I place this on, and we're at 30.4, we could probably leave that, but let me deflate it a little bit more. Okay, so now we're at 28.2, so I'll put a little bit more air into it. You'll often find with cars, they'll have a higher pressure at the front or rear, and you'll need to let some air out after a rotation. So I'm going to inflate the other side off camera. Now typically you would want to do both tires on the same axle at the same time, so you do both front and then both rear because they'll be the same pressure. So then you only have to change the pressure once. Okay, so I have all the tires inflated except for this one, and this is a spare tire. This is the one that often gets neglected. Now, if you carry the inflator with you, if you get a flat tire, you could always inflate it on the road, but it's a good idea to inflate it ahead of time, just to be prepared. Now, as often as the case with spare tires, they're mounted upside down, so you actually have to take them out to access the valve. So this auto shut off while I was getting this all out, so I can turn it back on, and this is supposed to be 60 PSI. Okay, we're up to pressure now. So we'll just hold down the power button to turn it off. Okay, so here I am at a bicycle tire, and this is pretty flat. It hasn't been ridden in a while. I'll take the valve cap off, and I'll attach the chuck. And we'll turn this on, and we'll switch the mode here to bicycle, and let's set this to 45. Now you can see when I hold the plus down here, it starts going up by PSI as opposed to tenths of PSI. So we're at 45. And there we're at 45. Now you can see the battery light here is red, meaning the battery's starting to get low. So I filled up quite a few tires with this. So I'll get that on the charger so it's ready for next time. So here's the flashlight on the compressor. So this isn't a spotlight for search and rescue or anything, but it puts out enough light to find your valve stem or to maybe change out a spare tire. So that was the Syncwire portable inflator air pump. I really like how easy this was to use. You just set the pressure and press the button, and it inflates and stops when it's finished. The build quality on this feels really solid. It has these nice rubber feet on it, has nice heft to it. A compressor like this can be great for topping off car tires or filling up a flat tire. I think this makes it much easier to fill up bicycle tires and sports equipment. This would be great to pack with you while traveling, so if you do have a flat tire on the road, you can try and air it back up. Oftentimes tire punctures are slow leaks, so you may be able to top off the air until you get it to somewhere where it can be repaired. But if you do have a situation where you can't repair the tire and you have to put the spare on, well, if you haven't been keeping up on your spare tire pressure, there's a good chance it's low, so having this, you can top it off. As I said before, it's best to just top it off ahead of time. I like that this is battery powered. It makes it easy to move around, but it does come with that 12-volt power cord in case your battery is dead and you need to air up a tire. And it also has that flashlight there to give you some light while you're working. So if you're looking for a small portable compressor for cars, bicycles, and other things, I think that's a great option. I think this could also make a great gift. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.